Alright chat, today we are playing Viktor mid-range once again. We are playing these 8 cards in the sideboard: Riptide Rex, Grand Stratagem, 2 Comet, 2 Facebreaker, 2 Salvage. We are playing 1 Riptide Rex and 1 Stratagem in the main board, and then from game 1 we'll figure out what we need after that point. Hello. Opponent is loading in their deck right now. Ooh, opponent's playing Master Yi. We do need more experience. Yes. I will go first here. So I get decision. Opponent plays a Dreaming Tree as their battlefield. First time you choose a friendly unit with a spell here, draw 1. And I have Candlelit Sanctum. Every time you capture, you get Vision 2, which is look at the top 2 and choose order. Basically scry for magic if you're familiar with that. Okay. Let's look at our opening hand. We are playing against Yi. We are going first. We got a Call the Weak, Sprite Mother, Daring Toro, and Stupefy. Not sure if we want this Stupefy here. Call the Weak is very good against you usually. Question is, do we want it? I think we can afford to keep it. We have a Daring Toro in the opening hand. I don't know how much we care about this. Okay. So we received a second Sprite Mother and a Smokescreen. That mulligan did not go well. But it'll be alright. So we'll draw. Oh my god, that's the third Sprite Mother. So we'll begin with a token and pass the turn to the opponent. Might have been fine to keep the Poro, but I don't think it's that important here. Opponent plays a Clockwork Keeper and draws a card. And passes the turn back. Okay, so we will ready here. Got 4 runes. The question is, how much do we want to commit, right? Not too much. The thing is, I'm committing either way, right? If I play a Sprite Mother, because I have to play the rune there. I'm just gonna play a Sprite Mother out here. So now I gotta figure out where to send what. I think the opponent does want to be on this Dreaming Tree, so I will send the Sprite over there. So we get the point. And I will send my Recruit here. And I will also get the point. So Recruit goes to Candlelit Sanctum. I get to look at the top 2. It's another Call the Weak. I don't think I want this. And it is a Stupefy, which I don't think I want either, because I do have a Smokescreen already. So we'll pass the turn to the opponent. So we are up a point at the cost of this rune here. Opponent did draw a card, so they also went back a rune. Okay, opponent is going for the Sprite. Yes. So they send their Clockwork Keeper at the Dreaming Tree and use On Guard. Yep. Yep, go ahead. So opponent plays On Guard to their Clockwork Keeper to draw a card. And they will get their point. Dreaming Tree is just really good, but we did manage to keep our Recruit alive on the Candlelit Sanctum for now. Okay, so they send they hide a card onto the Dreaming Tree battlefield with their Clockwork Keeper on it, so it probably is Stopwatch. So the question is, what do we want to do about that? Opponent could also have Combat Trick there if I send in my Sprite Mother. I could also still just not do too much and react and go for just holding this Candlelit Sanctum, because I am 3 points ahead here. think that is what I'm going to do. Well, this Sprite Mother, I think. I could also just play Viktor out here just to develop the board a little bit so my future Sprite Mothers pop out recruits. I think I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna play Viktor. And I will play a recruit from Viktor Legend, and I will send this recruit back. I'll pass the turn to opponent. So we have a Viktor now and 2 recruits. Yes, opponent will get a point for holding. We are playing a very slow game because we are stuck with a lot of our power costs in our early hand. I prefer not to, but here we are. Opponent plays a Pookie and uses it on the clock, or uses the buff on the Clockwork Keeper. So the Clockwork Keeper now has 3. Opponent has 3 runes ready. So now the question is how we want to go about this situation. We probably want to hold up some combat tricks for that Pookie there when they try to attack. We can also go for a Sprite Mother to trade with this Clockwork Keeper. That will use up the stopwatch. And it'll give us a recruit. I think I'm okay with that. My next turn is 8 though. I could also just opt to play this student and play a recruit past the turn. It is a pretty weak turn though. I think I'm going to go with this Sprite Mother play here. And the next question is where I want to send the Sprite. I could send the Sprite also to this Sanctum. I think I want to send this to the Sanctum. So, Sprite Mother, the Sprite will go to the Sanctum, and I get to look at the top 2. We're looking for not more removal. I think we're good on removal for now. And lecturing Yordle could be good just to smooth out the turn. So we will recycle this. I will also leave up some runes here so we can have a trick for this Sprite. Pass the turn back to the opponent. So opponent has 7 runes available. They can play Yi, but that doesn't seem necessary for them to do. Point. Okay, so opponent is at 3 points to our 4 points. So opponent is thinking here. We got 7 runes up. Now we do have options for defense. We have a smokescreen and a cold a smokescreen and a hidden blade. We probably want to just allow them to consume. Yes, resolve. So opponent uses a discipline on their pit rookie here. Just an interesting move. Okay, so the question is how much do we want? Because okay, so we are at 5 going to 7. If we use this smokescreen now, we will be getting rid of our blue and also going down to 5 or 6 next turn, 6 runes. I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to play smokescreen here. So now I want to see if we can get a Defy out of the opponent's hand. Yes, no problem. Opponent is thinking. So we are we are trying to play the smoke screen onto the Pookie to put it back to 1 might. To deny them this point here. They can play Defy. Yep, they are playing Defy. So opponent plays Defy here, and they get their point, and they have their Sanctum. Yes. So they are looking at the top 2 cards right now. They have 5 cards in their hand. We also have 5 cards in our hand. I'll get my recruit from that sprite dying. So opponent is looking at the top 2. They are putting 1 top, 1 bottom. Okay. They have 4 runes available here. Could be for various purposes. Okay. So I will ready. We are at 6 here. 6 runes. Now, how we want to deal with this will be interesting, right? I could send in another sprite mother. I could also go for a call. So we are at 8, and we probably want, or sorry, we are at 6 this turn. I think I can just send 2 recruits in to see what they do, or I can send in a sprite mother. And I do have a hidden blade as backup for that. So if I have to use the hidden blade, I would get a Yordle out of it, or I would still be able to play Yordle and oops, sorry. Forgot Yi ability, sorry. Let's do, yeah, I gotta remember Yi ability. Okay, so they do have 3 here, or 2 here, they'll go to 4. I can Hidden Blade. If they discipline, it's still dead to 2 Sprite Mothers attacking it. On guard. If they use 2 things on it. Okay, so we will be sending 2 Sprite Mothers after it. It's 4. So opponent is using Primal Strength. I will use a Pit Rookie, or sorry, I will use a Hidden Blade here. They will draw 2. Yes. Okay, so I get my points, and this triggers. Singularity and Stupefy. Ooh, Singularity could be really good here, but they are going to their Master Yi turn. We probably want something there for that. Master Yi is 6. We can also just keep this Singularity here and bottom the Stupefy. So we will play out. They are going to 7, so we do want to threaten this board a little bit. We'll play the Yordle to this battlefield here. Draw a card, so we'll draw our Singularity, and we will play a Recruit, pass the turn back to the opponent. So we are putting 8 might on the board here. The opponent and I are tied on points right now. We are both at 5 points. Couldn't quite get to the. I mean, we could have got to the 6th point, but I think we would have to spend Call of the Week, and I really do not like that. I'm gonna charm the Victor. Victor will die here on this Dreaming Tree. So opponent has 6 runes left to work with here. Okay. So we are going to 6 points next turn. We cannot yet win. Opponent is playing a Snapvine, and they will get the Sprite Mother here. Okay, so I will ready, and I will get my 6th point. opponent is also going into their 6th point. So I do think there is a stopwatch there. There could also be an on guard to save this Snapvine. So this clockwork has 5 on it, or it's technically can defend for 5 because of Yi. Now the question is how we want to move forward with this. They do not have access to Yi next turn. If we Singularity and they on guard the Snapvine lives, but the Clockwork Keeper dies. I can move to 7 points. Nothing dies if I Singularity here, is I think the crazy part about this situation. I could also just completely back off and develop here. I could also just play Thousand Tail Watcher. I don't think playing Thousand Tail Watcher is a very good idea, because we would just develop it, and you know what, it's actually not the worst idea. It would send in, I would send in 3 recruits and trade with it maybe. No, that's a bad idea. I might not trade with it. I think we do need to Singularity here, sadly. Okay, so I'm gonna Singularity to 5, 6, 7. So Singularity for both. Okay, so apparently the ruling is that the Singularity actually happens at the same time there. So what would happen is that opponent uses Zonia's and they get to choose which one the Zonia's saves, because yeah, because they died at the same time. Okay, so now I think I will go to the Dreaming Tree, get my 7th point here. What point? And I will also play a Viktor recruit here. I gotta send everything back to base, and I will pass the turn to the opponent. Now we are going into our 7 rune turn, if we can get a blue from top, which I'm pretty sure there is one there. I'm playing 7-5, so it has to be 2 blues now, I believe. I think I'm playing 7-5. We should be able to get our Watcher out here, but not accelerated. We might need to just draw a card somewhere and wait a turn. Yep, so opponent has 6 runes, uses 2 of them to play Pookie to put a buff on their Snapvine. Opponent uses first mate to ready the Pookie. Yes. Okay. Opponent sends in Snapvine to the Dreaming Tree. They will kill our recruit. Yep. They will score a point there. They use Pookie to go to Candlelit Sanctum. And now we are both at 7 points. So this is quite interesting here. They do have a first mate, so our Week is weaker here. So this is 7 might. So their Snapvine is 7 might. And okay, it will be my turn. We are at 7. Okay, we do have a Hidden Blade. They do have 1 rune up though. So that is a problem for us. We have in our base 9 might available. Now they could have a second Defy here, which would completely ruin us. Call of the Week doesn't do too much. Now they also have 9 and 4, right? We do have 9 here in base, so they have 9 might on the Dreaming Tree, 4 might on the Sanctum. We could go for a Watcher. If we go for a Watcher, they'll go down to 6 might here. If they go down to 6 might... If they go down to 6 might, then we'd have to send 6 at it minimum, right? But then we wouldn't be able to... Oh, we could just take both, but not conquer either. Oh, that sounds awful. I'm not sure if we win if we do nothing like that. And I think I did bottom a hidden blade, so this is not also very bad. Oh boy. We could also play a Sprite Mother, which would allow us to hidden blade and Sprite Mother, but I think we just Lucidify always. I don't think we have the luxury of seeing what happens. So we will go for this hidden blade here. If they have Defy, I think we lose. We could just lose. GG. Oh, we got it. Oh man, scared of Defy. So I did get this one here. I think Defy just... I think it's literally just we Lucidify every time there. Okay. That was a close one. That was a close one. Okay. Let's sideboard now. Yeah, Thousand Tail Watcher is a little weird against the small bodies of Yi because they'll go to 1. It's essentially minimum 3. We probably want something like... Okay, we want stratagems in. We do want Riptide Rex, Falling Comets. The question is, are they going to... Dude, do we just want everything? This is insane. I just don't think Watcher is that good here. I mean, we could keep in 2 or something, but... They will be going first, so Face Breaker is a little less good on going second, being the aggressor. I don't think we should be putting in salvages. We will... Okay, so we do have 4 here. The Viktor. So we need to take 4 cards out. We can take out 1 Watcher here. Singularity did kind of poorly against Stopwatch. That might be something to just really mess with Stopwatch. Stupefies are also seem so poor. No, Stupefies are not bad. There's no way. I guess they could really help with students, help with Snapvine, help with a handful of things. Singularity can go down 1 since we're adding Riptide Rex. Cold a Week is probably good here. Smoke Screen is still good also, I believe. We can go down to 1 Singularity, I think. We are going up to 2 Riptide total. We can go down a Watcher. We've essentially just changed our top end around and put in some removal that's a little more efficient. Falling Comet, so that we don't get nearly blown out by Stopwatch. That was still fine for us, but obviously that could have been very bad. So yeah, we're going to put our War Camp down when opponent has decision. I imagine they will be going first. Okay, good luck, have fun. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Opponent will start. They have Grove of the God Willow, which will be very good if they can hold it, and they are likely to hold it because they are going first. Okay, so this is our opening hand. We are going second here. We have a Ravenloom student and a Stupefy. We can probably get rid of this Yordle and Stupefy. So because they would play what Stalwart Poro, go to 5, and then our student would be attacking into 4, 3. We can't win the combat. Almost. So we will mulligan 2. Ready. So opponent is going first. They're gonna play a Pookie and pass. That means it'll have 4 on defense. We're going to play our Order Rune here, or sorry, our 3rd rune. We want 2 out. We probably just want to get this Daring Poro on the board, and we will play a Recruit and pass the turn. So we have 2 attackers now, and they have a Pit Rookie. So let's see what they are up to today. Opponent is thinking here. They tap 2 runes, send 1 back for a Spirit's Refuge. Yeah, that's good. Yep. So they're gonna get their Pit Rookie. Yeah, I'm always afraid of this card. It causes me so many problems because of the smoke screen. Yep. So this will be 5 on defense. Yep. Go get your point. Yep. And they hide a card. Huh, what could that be? Interesting. So we could just play a creature to War Camp and go for a stratagem turn. This is a difficult turn. I think we should do that because there's no way we beat this combat, right? If we play the Poro here and smoke screen, and we'd have to go back to turn 5 next turn. No, we're just going to send this recruit into the war camp, and it'll be 2 might. I will just play out units and pass the turn to opponent. Yes. Go ahead. So they hold, draw a card, and then draw for turn. Yes, very good. So they do have this buff here on this Pookie. Only 5. Be 5 might, and pretty sure that's a stopwatch down there. You can also just go for a Riptide Rex on it and go for a Conquer here. A Riptide Rex we'd be at 7. We'd be at 7 runes. We go for a Riptide Rex. We'd go back to 4 runes. Oh boy, that's a Kiana on there. So Kiana goes to the Grove of the God Willow, and they send back the Pookie with a buff on it. And let's ready here, get a point. So now the question is, What do we do about this situation? A lot of problems here. If we stratagem, we also go back to a turn. We also go back to 4 runes and 6 turns, 6 runes next turn. It is a conundrum. We could also just play. Yeah, so if we stratagem, we can at least kill the Kiana, but that's a very expensive Kiana. It costs them 1 power essentially to keep that alive. We would get 1 point out of it. I don't think doing nothing is a good line either. We could also just play this drummer and hold up 2, 3 runes. Drummer, Viktor token, recruit token. Think. So we have our Daring Poro that is 6. Oh boy. That's 6 on defense with deflect. It's the same problem, isn't it? If we stratagem, it's a stopwatch. Smoke screen. They have no runes up. We could also just go for a defense on this side. So if we use Riptide Rex and throw, we could use Riptide Rex, get a point on there, get a. Oh, I think we do that actually. So we're going to use Riptide Rex and do this, this, and this. Okay, deflect. Yes. Yep. So what we did there was we Riptide Rex, we paid the deflect cost. Now we are back at 4 runes going into 6 next turn. We can use this recruit to go for a point here. So we're using a recruit to go for a point. And now I think we just go for hold on the other side. This matters how much. So now they'll have access to 7, 8, 9. They'll have 9. I think we just send in our 2 students here. And the next question is how we'll keep this Poro in the base. We should also think about having a. Okay, so what if they actually just move this over? They charm the Riptide Rex. We will have 8 might versus their 7, and they can easily just beat that with a discipline. I think we have to go to 10 might here, so they can't just charm and beat it with discipline. Or we could just put a Poro on here also, but then we would still be holding. Okay, so we will make a recruit. We will put it on the war camp, I think. And the Poro is the biggest thing right now. I think I'm just going to leave the Poro at home and pray they don't have too much. Yeah, it would cost a lot for them to break this. It is not impossible. They have used... No, that was the last game. They used the discipline last game, I believe. Yep, so they will take. So they send their Kiana to the Grove of the God Willow to reconquer. Opponent is typing. So think yes. Opponent is thinking yes. Yes, okay. I think that, yeah, they're thinking about if they want to draw here or not. Drawing could be good. Okay. Yep. Looks good. opponent is drawing. They also have a Pookie in the base at 3. It will be 4 if they swing in here. They are playing a Stalwart Poro from hand, and they have 3 runes available. So I'm gonna press ready here, and I have 4 points. We could just try and go for a hold here and develop. We are holding up Smokescreen in the process. We'll be developing a Noxian Drummer and a Recruit and holding up Smokescreen. I think that is pretty safe here. So we're gonna go for this Noxian Drummer. We will also play a Recruit using Viktor ability. And I think we just passed the turn. It would be quite difficult for them to break this. So we're gonna pass the turn with Kiana. Yep, still on the battlefield. Yep. So they're going to hold this, and they're at 7 runes here. They have 7 cards in hand. They do not have access to White Flame yet. They could have Wind Wall. They could have Defy for this Smokescreen here. Oof, this is gonna be a tough one. Yeah, maybe 1,000 Tail Watchers, not so bad. I think we just leave in 2 always. I did take out 2 and left 1 in. Not sure how correct that is. Stupefy's not that good, especially when Spirit Refuge is on the table. I suspected as much as that they would put this in. I need to just start boarding in Salvage against green. Opponent is thinking they have 7 runes. They have access to E, their chosen champion, but I don't think that's a very good play here. They do also have 7 cards in hand. That is a lot of cards. They are using 4 runes and playing a Kiana from their hand. Okay. Sounds good. They also have 3 runes still up. So they are hiding what is probably a stopwatch over there to protect the Kiana on the other side. That Kiana defends with 6 might, which is a lot. Yeah, we just need to see how the opponent is going to break this war camp, because if they don't break it, they will lose. The ways that they could break it include White Flame Protector, Primal Might, and I think that's it, actually. They would need a lot to break this. Because right now, this is 9, 6, 9, 15, 17. Okay, so we will take our turn, and then I will get my 5th point. I'm wondering how much going for a 6th point will benefit us. I am at 8 runes. So if I attack into this with my Daring Poro and Smoke Bomb it, we will also go back to 6. Now, oops, how much that matters is leaves me wondering. Interesting turn. Okay, so we can actually go for this play, because if this Daring Poro wins, we can just hold up Stratagem, and they have 7, they would need to win with 4 runes if they were to win wall. That is an interesting option that we do have available to us. That is probably also a stopwatch, so that will be 6. They will be defending with 6. We will need to beat 6. We will have Smokescreen, and they have 3. I think we actually just go for the line. This is very difficult to beat here. This is very difficult to beat. We would be attacking with 7 into 6, and then they go down to 2. So they would need to beat 7. I don't think it is beatable. I could also attack with only the drummer 4, and then they would go down to 2, and then they would tie. No, they would beat it. Okay, let's actually go ahead and attack both here. We're gonna attack both here. I'm gonna spawn this recruit and trigger Yi, and then so 6. Yes, go ahead. Okay, so now, so opponent is using Zillius in response. I will smoke screen. Now, how much the opponent wants to take is up to them here. Defy. So opponent uses the defy on our smoke screen. So yes. So you deal 6, right? Yep. So they will take both our drummer and our Poro here, but their Kiana will live, and I will get the point. Now the next question is where to send this recruit. Okay, they're all going in a 6 next turn. This is going to be hard for them to break. If I send the recruit here, that will be 12, and they have currently 8 plus 2 plus 3. That'll be 13 in base. So they would need to send everything to beat the left side, to beat the Grove, and they would lose most everything. Okay, so I'm going to leave this recruit here and pass the turn. So now we are in a pretty good spot. They are only at 6. This is going to be difficult for them to break here. Yeah. Asprayo. Okay, so I will stratagem. Yes, use stratagem. So, oh yeah, opponent is asking real quick about rules. So they have passed me priority. I will use Grand Stratagem, and then everything is bigger. Yeah. Firefly. Yeah. So yeah, so we grant stratagem, opponent has no response, and the Kiana will bounce off of this board. This is insurmountable currently. They did not have Wind Wall. Primal Might and Charm somewhere? I'm not quite certain. Yeah, yep. Opponent is drawing. That is not a good sign for them currently. So there is 12 here. So there are 12. Okay. So they need to charm. Okay, they're charming one to the other side. Yes. So they can take this now. Okay, they've saved themselves from defeat, I believe. They have a Pookie here. They are making a buff on Kiana. Okay, they are making a buff on the Stalwart Poro. Yes. Yes, okay. Yep. Okay, so I deal 6. that's interesting. Now, do I let them draw from Kiana, or do I take their 2/3 might creatures? I think I just take their 3 might creatures here. Actually, they don't matter too much, right? I'm gonna go with Kiana. Just Kiana only. That gives them less answers. Yes, you will score here. Okay, and they have 1 rune remaining. Oh, this is looking pretty good for me. Score 1 point. If I just hold this, I win, right? They are going into 6 points. I can just hold up, play a Noxian Drummer, hold up Smoke Bomb, pass the turn. So this is 4. Yes. So opponent is at 6. They draw from their Grove of the God Willow. Yes, GG's. Yes, GG's. Okay. Okay, so we did win game 2. Stratagem is really good here. Geez, the Spirit's Refuge could have been such a problem. I mean, it was a problem. I had to pay 3 power for this Rex. So we need to board salvages in against green pretty much at all times. Yeah, this was an interesting match. Good games, and thanks for watching. See you guys later.